All right, man, I think it's about time we make a video on that guy, Jalen Hurts, because if you have been paying attention to the NFL or the Eagles at all, you probably saw the media talking crazy about Jalen Hurts, saying he wasn't a very good passer, saying him and A.J. Brown didn't have a connection anymore, and the Eagles' passing attack was gone. But in this last game, against one of the best defenses in the NFL, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith all put on a show, and they showed us that when they need to, they can step up and throw the ball just as good as anybody. So what I wanted to do is go into the film and show you how Jalen Hurts was able to play so good and show you why the Eagles passing game ended up having so much success. But before we got all the way into that, I wanted to help y'all out. I just got myself a code with a pretty new app called Dabble. As you can see right here, it's an app you can download on your phone, and if you just use code LOGIC, they will give you a free $25 to start with that you can literally use for anything. Right here you can see I had all of these overs and they all ended up hitting, and I turned my free $25 into $500, which is pretty ridiculous. You can do the same thing. You can either use my code LOGIC whenever you sign up in the app. You can use the QR code on the screen. Just scan it. It'll take you to the link to get the code and get the free $25. Or you can just use the first link in the description. All three of those ways work. You can use any one that you want. And then if I were you, I would just go bet on my favorite team, what I thought was going to happen, and try to turn that 25 into whatever you can. I really just wanted to show you all this because I appreciate you watching my videos. Go get your free 25. Like I said, use the code LOGIC in the app when you sign up. Scan the QR code and click the link that it takes you to, or just go down and use the first link in the description. Any of those three ways work, but that's the only way you can get the free 25. All right, so now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and jump straight into the first play right here. And right off the bat, we're going to see Jalen Hurts do something really good. So all the Eagles are running right here is you have a go by both outside guys, Saquon and a tight end. They have AJ on a little return route. They have this tight end coming up and running a stick and nod. So come up, go out, and then stick it up. That's why it's called a stick and nod. And then you have Devonta Smith just settling down in a little open hole. So what Jalen is looking at here is 1 here, 2 here, and then 3 here if he likes it. If this guy comes off the edge, then he also could hit Devonta as his 1. But right here, Jalen wants to read this side of the field because he notices what covers the Steelers are in. If you look at the defense, obviously the Eagles are in empty, so it spreads them out, and it's pretty easy to see that they're in some type of cover 3 shell. This guy's in the middle of the field, this guy's in a third, this guy's in a third, and then some of these linebackers are going to drop out into coverage. It's going to be something like flat, hook curl, flat. Something like that, really simple. And what beats cover 3? Seams up the middle, which is exactly what the Eagles have with this stick and nod. Jalen Hurts knows it, and you're going to see him deliver a great ball and get a big gain. So he draws back. He sees right there, okay, they're in cover 3. I got my stick and nod all day long. Get your eyes over to it. You see when he sells that out right here, it makes this guy extend out a little bit, and then all the tight end has to do is stick up around him, and Jalen Hurts just has to put that ball up and away from the linebacker, and it should be an easy completion. Jalen Hurts puts it right on the money where only his guy can get it. That's exactly how you have to throw that football, right in the hole of the cover 3 zone. Just an amazing job. So Jalen Hurts snaps the ball, looks. Obviously, he sees it's cover 3 right here, so he gets his eyes over there. He knows where he's going with the football. Rips it up and over that linebacker for a nice chunk. Next play here, and this is something we saw the Eagles do all day long, and it worked for the majority of the game. All they're going to run is up top. They have double slant. AJ on a 3-step slant, tight end on a slant as well, and Hurts literally just reads this 1 here, 2 to here. Really, really simple. You're going to see him look at his 1, then go out to his 2 and rip that football for a nice, easy gain. 1, not there. 2, it's there. Rip it right on AJ's stomach, and then AJ makes the catch and gets some easy yardage. We'll take 7-8 yards every single time. If you leave A.J. Brown one-on-one, it doesn't matter if he's running a go, a slant, whatever. He's going to find a way to get open. Jalen trusts that, puts it right on him, nice and easy. We'll take that every day of the week. Next play here, and once again, love this from Hurts. All the Eagles are going to run is A.J. is on a little deep out. They have Devonta Smith on a drag. They have this tight end coming over on a curl, and then they just have an out here and a go from Saquon to clear out. So this out is opening up space for this drag right here, and the way you read this is 1 to AJ on the out, 2 to the drag, 3 to the curl, and hopefully something is open by then. If not, Jalen Hurts can just take off and use his legs. But what you're going to see happen right here is Hurts is going to look at his 1 at AJ. Obviously, he's looking at AJ right there. You can see him looking straight at AJ. But when he looks over there, he sees that he doesn't have much separation, so he takes his eyes to the middle of the field, sees Devonta coming open Obviously, there's a bunch of grass here. Just put it out in front of him, nice and easy, because this out drug this guy out the way. Saquon cleared out the corner, and it left a lot of grass. So all Jalen has to do is dump that ball off right on his guy, and it leads to a huge chunk. Like I said earlier, don't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the ball out into your guy's hands, make the reads, don't panic, and that's exactly what Jalen Hurts did all day long. So right here, watch his eyes. Boom. He's looking at the out, doesn't like it, comes to his drag. It's there, rip it. Now, you can see, if this guy would have ran with the drag, then obviously we would have had that curl window as your third option. But obviously the drag is what came open, so Jalen just dumps it off right on Devante's face for a nice gain. Next play here, and once again, another great job by Hurts. All the Eagles are running is they have Devante on a deep out route, and what does it look like on this side of the field that the Steelers are doing? They obviously have this corner playing way off, probably in some type of third look. So as long as this corner doesn't drive down on Devante right at the snap and he backpedals, you're going to have this out all day long. Make it easy, make it simple, take what the defense gives you, and that's what Jalen does right here. Snaps the football, the out is there all day long, get it out in front of Devonta, we'll take it for another nice, easy gain. It doesn't have to be hard. Just take the matchups you like, take the leverage that you like, and then put the ball accurately to your talented players. Hits his back foot, rip. On time, right on his face mask, another decent gain. Next play here, and I absolutely love this play call from Kellen Moore. You're going to get Jalen Hurts rolling out here, get him outside the pocket, make his life easy. That's all I want Kellen Moore to do, and he does it right here. All the Eagles are going to run is a smash concept. They have A.J. Brown on the stop, and they have a corner route by Devonta on top of it. So all Jalen Hurts is looking at here is this corner. That's all he's looking at. If he backpedals underneath the corner route, then we throw this stop as we roll out. But if he drives down the stop, then we'll take this corner out and trust our guy to win one-on-one here. But if somehow both of them were covered, you also have this tight end coming across on a crosser that you can look at as your number 3 if you have to. But right here, Jalen's not going to have to do that. He's going to take the snap, roll out, get his eyes downfield, and right when he sees this guy backpedaling, all he has to do is beat this guy with a throw. So you can see he already has his shoulders around, aimed at AJ, runs downhill exactly how you're supposed to, rips that football right on AJ's face mask, and then AJ goes and gets a lot of yards after the catch like he usually does. I mean, it's really simple football. They don't got to do much because they have so much talent. Get outside, the corner's drifting back with the corner route, rip that football right on AJ's face mask, and then AJ will do the rest. First down. Next play here, and we're running the same concept that we ran earlier. AJ has a go this time, though. Devonta is running that drag again. You have an out here, a curl from this guy, and then a go from Saquon. We ran this concept earlier, and we hit the drag to Devonta. But this time, what you're going to see Jalen see is that the Steelers are in straight man coverage. Man here, man here, man here, man here, and then man here on Devonta Smith. And since they're in man coverage, you know you have AJ on a go ball all by himself as long as this safety doesn't drift over here. So if you can hold this guy in the middle of the field for just a second, you're going to have this. Look at AJ's leverage when he runs it. If he has a corner beat, throw it over the top. If he doesn't, throw it back shoulder. Snap the football. Jalen Hurts knows where he's going pre-snap. Get your eyes over there. Rip that football. Obviously, as you can see, AJ is even. So if they're even, just put it back shoulder and let your guy turn his hips and make a catch. I mean, it's that easy. AJ is going to come down with that ball 90% of the time. That is a perfect throw, and I absolutely love that Jalen sees that pre-snap. It's man coverage. Let's take our guy one-on-one. Put it outside where only he can get it, and I mean, that is a perfect throw. Joey Porter has no shot of making a play on that ball, and it's once again a big chunk. Next play here, and all we're going to get is a simple RPO. Jalen Hurts is going to read the defense. It's a run-pass option. AJ has a slant. Depending on what this guy does, if he comes down, boom, we're going to throw this slant because this window's going to be here. If he drops out or he drops out here, regardless of where he drops out at, we're going to give this because it gives us numbers up front because of all these blockers we have. So just watch what Hurts sees here. He's reading Patrick Queen. Snap the ball, his eyes go right on him. Obviously, you can see he's coming down in the run fit a little bit. All Hurts has to do now is pull that football, let AJ get behind this guy, and you should have an easy window throw for a touchdown. Snap your feet around, wait just a second, rip that football off your back foot, right on AJ for a touchdown. I mean, the Eagles can do this every week if they want to. I promise you, if it works against the Steelers, it's going to work against anybody. Watch it again. Watch Jalen Hurts' eyes. Looking at him. He's coming down in the box. Flip your feet around. You got to wait a second to let him clear Minkah Fitzpatrick here. You got to let him get in this window. That's what Jalen does. waits as long as he can, rips that football off his back foot right on AJ's face mask. Touchdown Eagles. Next play here, man, and once again, absolutely love this from Hurts. All the Eagles are running is they have a go from this guy, a slant from AJ underneath it, with this guy coming out on a deep dig, and then Devonta behind everything on a deep curl. And the way Jalen Hurts normally would read this is 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. But what you're going to see happen is the Steelers are all lined up on the line of scrimmage looking like they're going to blitz. They also have a man coverage look on the back end with 1 high safety. So look at AJ. Man coverage, and then man coverage, and then again, look at all these guys. They're staring straight at the guy in front of him. They're lined up straight in front of him. That means they're probably in man coverage. It'd be really hard to disguise this. So Jalen Hurts sees that. He knows he's getting pressure. He knows he has more people coming than they can block. So just pick your best matchup. And right here, Jalen Hurts likes the matchup that AJ has. I would too on Diontae Johnson. That is a mismatch in my opinion. And watch AJ just absolutely cook him. Blows off the line, boom, bursts off the line. Breaks off in that slant. Obviously, look at the window he's running into. This guy's clearing out for him. Works out to perfection. Jalen Hurts stands in there, doesn't panic, has an answer for the blitz, gets the ball out right on AJ's stomach, and then AJ breaks a tackle and gets another big gain after the catch like he did all day long. So watch it here again. Look, Hurts knows he's getting pressure. He also knows he has man coverage. Get your eyes out there. Rip that football. Don't panic. Get it on your guy. Make somebody miss. Go get 5, 6, 7 extra yards after the catch. Next play here, and once again, here we go. The Steelers are going to run man coverage, and all the Eagles are running is they're getting this guy in motion, which shows you that it's man. Patrick Queen's going to follow him out, and then you have Devonta coming in, acting like he's running a drag, and then getting out on a whip route, and that's Hurts number 1, especially in man coverage. So he's looking there number 1, then he has AJ on a crosser as his number 2 if he gets there. But what you're going to see happen is watch Devonta just absolutely murder Joey Porter. Come in like you're running a drag, boom, shut down, get outside, Jalen Hurts, lead him outside, and then Devonta gets a nice gain. I mean, these guys are going to beat man coverage like every single time. I'm not exactly sure why the Steelers thought it was a good idea to run man coverage because AJ and Devonta are going to cook it all day long. Great job by Jalen seeing it all day long, though, and getting the ball out to his guys. Next play here, and once again, we're getting another easy read for Jalen Hurts. Kellen Moore's making it really easy for him. All the Eagles are going to do, motion this guy in. He's on a drag, and then you have Devonta Smith curling it up in the middle of the field. So you're just reading here to here, high to low, basically. Make whoever ends up being in that vicinity wrong. That's all you got to do, and Jalen Hurts does it to perfection right here. So snap the football. What you're going to see happen, Jalen Hurts is going to look at Devonta first. He's looking here. And as you can see, when he looks here, all of these linebackers kind of just settle in their spot. They don't run with Kenneth Gainwell. So whenever it's time for Jalen Hurts to get his eyes on the drag, there's a big window for it. All you got to do, put it out there. Put it out in front of him. Let him go run. Kenneth does a good job going and getting some yardage, and it puts him on the 1-yard line where we know they're going to score pretty much every time. So watch Hurts' eyes right here once again. Looking at the curl from Devonta first, and then looking at the drag. Devonta. Obviously not there. Drag, it's there. Ball. Touchdown. Almost. Got it on the next play, though. Next play here, and once again, Eagles do a great job of executing and running a great play call. All they're going to run, motion Devonta out. He's going to run a slant. You have A.J. Brown on a corner, and then you also have Jahan Dotson coming out like he's running an out and then getting back on a return. So all Jalen's really looking at here, it's 1 to the slant, 2 to the return. But the thing about it is you're hoping that slant gets open because when this guy goes out and AJ goes out, when you motion Devonta out here, you're going to see that the corner that's guarding him has to go through a bunch of traffic. So they're expecting him to get wide open. Now, what I will say is the Steelers do a pretty good job of switching this off, but it's not good enough. So what you're going to see happen, Jahan obviously goes outside. AJ's going outside as well. What you're going to see these guys do is he is going to pass this off to this guy, so he's going to come down the slant. He's going to take the route coming out. And what you're going to see happen is he does switch off, but he switches off a little bit late. And when Hurts sees that, he knows Devonta has a step. Just put it out there in front of him, and he's going to make the catch 9 out of 10 times. It's exactly what he does. Perfect throw, great read, ran exactly how it was supposed to. Obviously, you didn't expect the Steelers to pass that off like they did, but it still worked out. Good job on Jalen, finding his one, hitting it, and putting it out right in front where he had to. Great job. Next play here, and once again, Kellen Moore giving Jalen Hurts easy reads, and Jalen Hurts is doing a great job of executing it. So, all you're going to get, motion Devontae across the field, get him out in the flat, and then have AJ on a hitch right here. And all you read is this flat defender. If he extends out with the flat, boom, we throw that hitch right behind him. If he sits on the hitch, then we obviously take the flat and let Devontae go get the yardage that he can. It's a really simple read. Love to see it. Obviously, this guy ends up backpedaling because of the motion. This guy turns into your new flat player, but it's the same concept. So watch it here. What's that guy do? Oh, he's sitting on the hitch. Sitting on the hitch, sitting on it. So Jalen, right when he sees that, rip that ball out here to Devonta. Super simple. Get it out there. Go get a little bit of yardage. First down, Eagles. We'll take it every time. Watch it from the back angle here. You're going to see him get the motion. Run across. That guy turns into your new flat player. They're obviously in zone. You can tell by the way they're aligned. Get your eyes on him. He sits on the hitch. Get it out to your flat. Right on the money. Move the chains. Next play here, and once again, we're getting a concept that we saw earlier. All the Eagles are running. Seam here with a slant underneath it. Devontae is running a little hitch, and they have a go on the outside to clear out once again. All Jalen's looking at here is 1 to the slant, 2 to the hitch. Obviously, you can throw this seam if you like the coverage and you think it's going to be open, but right here, that's not what Jalen's looking at. He's looking at that slant, and what you're going to see happen is when he looks over there, nothing's really open. So then he brings his eyes to this hitch. It doesn't really look open either. So what's he do? You got to find a way to buy time, step up in this pocket, keep your eyes downfield. That's exactly what Jalen does. And when he steps up, this guy extends out too far, and it leaves a wide open window for Devontae, and Hurts just rips it in there, right on his chest, and the Eagles get another great gain. This is great pocket movement, great awareness, great job keeping your eyes downfield and not immediately running the football, because you keeping your eyes downfield allowed for something to get open and allowed for a lot bigger gain than it would have been if Jalen ran. So obviously look at him, looking at the slant, looking at the seam. Neither one are there. Get your eyes over to Devontae. He's not open either. Step up, buy time, keep your eyes downfield. It opens up, rip it. Great job once again. Next play here, another easy job for Jalen. All the Eagles are running is the same thing on both sides. Stop here from AJ with the corner on top. Stop here from Devontae with the corner on top. Jalen can pick whichever side he wants. He ends up picking the side that is near the boundary, probably because it's an easier throw. And all you got to read here is this DB. If he backs up with the corner route, boom, throw the little stop. If he does the opposite and drives down, then you throw this corner route over the top of him, away from this safety. But they're in cover 3, so he has to take the corner or it's going to be wide open. So he drifts back, and right when Jalen sees him drifting back, and right when he sees him turn his hips, he rips that football, and it leads to a first down on third down. Exactly what you want. Great job by Jalen taking what the defense gives him and getting the first down on third down, like I said, to keep the chains moving. So watch it here once again. He's drifting back. Rip it. No reason to wait any longer than that. Nice, easy first down. Next play here, and this is one of those plays that the Eagles love to run, and it works out really well almost every time they run it. So all they're going to do is they're going to motion the running back out on a little bubble. And the first guy that Jalen looks at is this guy. If he extends out, then Jalen gets off that read. But if he was to stay in, you throw this bubble out here and let these two guys go block because you would have numbers. But right here, we're going to see this guy drift out with the bubble, and then Jalen gets in his post-snap read, which is this guy. If he blitzes or if he extends out, then Jalen runs it on a draw. But if this guy stays in, then he would try to hit this out route to Devonta right here, a nice, easy little throw. So watch how it works out. Motion the running back on a bubble. Patrick Queen follows him out. Okay, now get your eyes on the other guy. He blitzes. All right, now let's just run the draw. There's a huge gap for it because that blitz took him out of the play. Jalen breaks a tackle and gets a massive, massive gain. This play is really good because it always makes the defense wrong. They can't be right. And when you have a guy follow the bubble out, it gives you numbers. And that guy literally ran himself out of the play by blitzing, and look at the massive hole here. I mean, holy. Great job by the offensive line. But that's also what happens when you have numbers. It's 5-on-5, and they just absolutely dominate. Jalen, make that guy miss. Go get some more yardage. Nice, huge chunk. Next play here, obviously we're in empty once again, and all the Eagles are going to run is double slant. Slant here, and Jalen just looks 1 here, 2 here, depending on what this guy does. If this guy drives in on the inside slant, then we take the outside slant to AJ. If he drifts out with AJ's slant, then we take the inside slant to Devontae. So we just make whatever the Steelers do here wrong. Really easy read. Jalen gets his eyes on that guy. Obviously, he's driving in. So then you just have to wait for AJ to get off of his guy, fight through that contact, and there's going to be a huge window for it. Jalen waits for it, rips it, puts it right on him, and Then AJ once again goes and does the rest. Gets a ton of yards after the catch, about 20 yards. You turn a 3, 4, 5-yard throw into a 25-yard catch because Jalen puts it on the money, and then AJ is able to run after the catch. Look at that guy. He's driving in. Get your eyes to the outside. Wait for AJ to break through the contact. Rip it right out in front of him. Big, big chunk. Next play here, man, and there's not much explaining that needs to be done. This is a great job by Jalen Hurts, staying in the pocket, not panicking, going through his progression. And what you're going to see him do is step up in the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, and I love that Devonta Smith was on a curl route, but when he sees that Jalen Hurts can't find anybody open, he drifts to the open grass, tries to find a way to get in Jalen Hurts' vision, and right when he does that, you see Jalen Hurts see him, rip that football right in the honey hole, and once again leads to another big, big chunk. Every play is not going to work out how it's supposed to. It might work out a lot. It might work out like it's supposed to a lot when you're playing for the Eagles and you have all of this talent. But on this play, it didn't. Jalen Hurts, you can see his head going through every progression. No, gets his eyes to Devonta, also not there. But then Devonta finds a way to get in the open grass, stays in the pocket, doesn't panic, rips the football, right on the money, big chunk, move the chains.